Hey Eli, it's so good to see you this morning, and we're happy to just be here with you and mob you today as Main Street.
Well, we appreciate it. It helps the business, and we're very happy to have a nice crowd here today.
It was a really good crowd, and we just wanted to bring exposure, new exposure to your business, and some new clients, new customers, and because I think a lot of people don't know some of the lines that you carry, and this is an example of me not knowing some of the lines that you carry, because Christy here is fully attired in Joseph's department store wear. And I was so excited to see that this morning. And it's so cool. And my jewelry this morning is Joseph's. I just grabbed it off the thing. I'm like, this is mine now. So tell me a little bit about what's going on with Joseph's. How long have you been in business?
This is interesting because this is our 75th year in business. The
Wow.
store was started in May of 1937, and before I was born.
And who started it?
My father and my mother. And it was significant in the sense that the day that the store opened is the day that the Hindenburg exploded in New York. And the interesting story about that is my mother was in New York with my older brother. She was about to get on the train at Penn Station, and she looked up in the sky, and there was the Hindenburg. And when she arrived, of course, the news was that the Hindenburg had exploded in Lakehurst, New Jersey, and it was incredible. That happened on the day that the store opened.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a marker in history, isn't
it? It is.
Tell me some of the lines. Tell the people some of the lines that you carry.
Traditionally, we've carried Levi's, and I like to tell people we started out as an Army-Navy store, and now we're probably an Army-Navy store on steroids, because we've expanded. We've got for women fresh produce, which is a very good line. And then we have a line called Tribal, which is out of Canada.
Okay.
And they have very fine clothing, very nicely made, very stylish. Then we also have Pendleton for men, which is an upscale product.
I think you're wearing a Pendleton shirt,
I
aren't
have
you?
a Pendleton shirt on there. They're known for their wool shirts.
Okay.
And, that was an interesting story too. I always got calls at Christmas for Pendleton, but we could never find them. And I had an old-time salesman come in who was just going to say hello. He had been at Wrangler, and he bought Wrangler ladies from him for years. So I said, Charlie, what are you doing now? He says, I have the Pendleton. I said, Pendleton? He says, yeah, I have the men's line and the blanket line. Well, I said, I always have calls for that. How much do I have to buy? If he had said $5,000, I would have been more hesitant, because a lot of these stores, they could put in an open order. As it turned out, he said one shirt, so that started.
Wow.
And now we're doing over $5,000 with them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's good company. So we have those lines, which are good. We have wigwam socks, which are been in business for over 100 years. And, things like that. I look for quality merchandise that you can't find at the mass stores, and that people will enjoy. We've been successful.
What's the favorite thing about business, about doing this business in your mind? What's your favorite thing?
I really enjoy talking with the customers and finding, I'm at the point now, I'm here 30 years. I didn't want to be in the retail business, but when my dad died, I came up to wind it up. That was 30 years ago. And what I get the biggest kick out of the fact that now I'm waiting on the little kids whose parents brought them in here, who now have families. So it's always, you grow older through other people's children, and that's what I'm finding.
Right. And you have some good staff. You have David as your manager.
David's my manager.
Yep.
He started out 3 days a week, and I'm still here as the manager.
Cool. And I understand that the mayor buys some of his wardrobe here.
The mayor is a very fine customer of ours, and we appreciate the loyalty. We appreciate the loyalty of the local people, and of course course, now we get a lot of tourists who come in and say, gosh, we had a store like this.
It brings back memories.
Yes,
Yeah.
because we're a dinosaur. I mean, we're a solely independent store. And people aren't starting the stores because our competition's the big box stores.
The big box stores. Well, you know what? You know what? The last time I went to the mall was, I can't remember.
I know.
And so I'm glad that you're here. And yeah.
Well, they're not these. A lot of people say they like to drive here, park out front.
Right.
Normally,
course.
there's usually parking, and it's free.
Right.
And
Right.
I think that's one of the nice things that we don't have parking here.
Well, it's just very cool to be here. It's really good to get to know you a little bit better too, and it's nice to be here and to see the support that we're getting as a community for you and mobbing you. And Havre de Grace Main Street is in full support of your store, of the businesses downtown, and we appreciate you and being here.
Well, we appreciate being here and the support. We want to thank you for mobbing us today.
Yay, mob the merchant! Woo!